What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. I have a very interesting one for you guys this afternoon here. You guys have all seen the crazy calls that I've made in the cannabis sector over the last couple of weeks here, and I want to kind of come on, make a video kind of outlining the overall situation that we are seeing in this sector, give a little bit of an update on some of the moves that I've called out so far, and kind of outline some more that you guys should be paying attention to over the next couple of weeks here as this kind of reclassification news starts to get more widespread. So before we get into all of that information, everybody, if you guys do enjoy the information and analysis that I provide for you guys in these videos here, make sure you go down and hit that like button. It costs you nothing to do it, but it helps me out a whole lot in spreading this information out to as many people who actually want to learn. And again, if you're not subscribed yet, make sure you guys are and turn on notifications so you're notified every time these videos do end up getting posted live. And I know you guys have seen the crazy calls that I've made in the cannabis sector, but this is not new, especially for the LTMP community, the private trading and investing community that I run. I'm going to throw up some of the gain screenshots over here from some of the most epic calls that I've made over really the last month and a half here. Again, for those of you guys that are still interested in hopping in here, this is the last week to lock in the lower rate before prices go up at the end of the month. And also use code August to get 50% off your first month. It is literally only $1 a day. And again, pretty interesting thing happened to the channel a couple of weeks ago. I am actually probably the only creator on YouTube here that has been demonetized in the trading space for talking about how many 1000% gain trades that they hand out to their students. Now, again, I know it seems crazy, but you guys see these happen time and time again. And again, I want to make sure that everybody has the tools that they need in order to have long-term success in the market. I'm going to keep calling out these moves to everybody. You guys saw them start to play out in the cannabis sector over the last few weeks here, but there are many, many more to come. So let's get right into it over here. The first thing, I want to give a little bit of an outline of the overall situation. So Trump says his administration is looking at reclassifying marijuana. And when we think about the actual implications of this, if cannabis is moved to Schedule 3, the industry could see an immediate and significant changes. Most notably, the end of 280E tax penalties would save individual marijuana businesses hundreds of thousands, if not millions, in excessive taxes. These savings can be reinvested into expansion, higher wages, and increased political engagement at the federal level here. So again, you can see this immediate impact to kind of the overall profitability and the ability for a lot of these cannabis businesses to grow, which is very, very, very important for the success of a lot of these businesses moving forward. Now, I want to make a little bit of a disclaimer here, kind of before we get into the rest of the video, with an industry and a sector that's as volatile as the cannabis space. And this is something that I noticed yesterday when a lot of you guys were engaging with that tweet that I put out, kind of talking about me making this video, providing an update in the cannabis space. Guys, these are just trades to me at the end of the day. My gift is finding stocks that are about to explode before they do. When you can combine all kind of the big three pillars of my approach to the market, we're able to identify a lot of these big moves before they happen. Now, what I don't want a lot of people doing, and again, it's your money at the end of the day, you can do whatever you want. One of the worst things to do in the market is to over leverage on individual positions, thinking that you're going to get rich or retire off of one of them. Please don't do that. That is not what this video is for. I'm trying to outline to you guys some really, really solid setups moving forward here so that you can go into the market with a good understanding of what to expect next. So let's kind of go back here to where a lot of this all started, and that was on MSOS, the Advisor Shares Trust Pure Cannabis ETF here. So when we were looking at this chart and just thinking about the rumors that we've heard about potential reclassification here, or rescheduling, we were able to identify a really, really strong bullish setup here on MSOS in the LTMP community, with the breakout level being $3.24. Now, that's where a lot of people were getting their entries on shares or options, and that trade right now is up multi-hundred, if not over 1,000% already for everybody already in the group. Now, I also gave this one to you guys on Twitter here, obviously with a little bit less detail because there are paying members of that LTMP group, but that breakout level that we were outlining was $3.24. Now, once we're able to break above this 200 exponential moving average, guys, this is exactly what I was talking about. We were probably going to see a significant move to the upside, and this is where a lot of the profit taking started to happen, kind of across the broad market here. but also with a lot of the members in the LTMP group locking in those profits and being able to hold for further gains as we start to see this reclassification news starting to spread and become more widespread in the media outlets and overall financial media here. But what are we seeing now on MSOS? A very, very, very solid bullish setup here. We're seeing a nice push to the upside, respect of this daily 10 exponential moving average, and if we can start pushing back above these levels here of about $5.37, and you do end up receiving some more positive news, this one could re-rate all the way up to $6.85, maybe all the way up to $8 here. And if you do see a lot of overall excitement coming in to the marketplace here in this cannabis sector, you easily could see this one back over 10 by the end of the year. So this is the main name that we've been able to take advantage of in the LTMP group over the last couple of weeks here, but you guys also had another one handed out to you guys this past Sunday on my Twitter account here, and that was Tillray. So again, you saw a very, very, very nice pop out of this bull flag on Tillray, but what I want to say about this one right here is this is not one that has a very, very solid risk to reward setup on the chart right now. If you bought the opening range break on Tillray on Monday here, you're sitting at some nice gains, and you could easily target that $1.82 level that we had been talking about on Twitter and in the streams that I do for you guys every single day here on YouTube. But this is not one that you guys really want to be looking for. But again, here's the proof right here. Tillray, amazing chart here, primed for a massive move to the upside. With rescheduling rumors circulating, all the cannabis names need to be high up on your watch list, and that's exactly what we have been doing, again, on this channel and in the LTMP group over the last couple of weeks here. Now, I want to go over, again, another one right here that is a very, very popular name, Sundial. Again, not one that you want to be buying right now, just in terms of the risk to reward setup here that we see on the charts. The breakout level that you would have wanted to enter at was right around 218. This is the definition of a chase to the upside and not one that you really want to have on your radar. But here are the next three that could end up making very, very significant moves. Now, I don't think this is going to be a very long video here for you guys. I just want to give you guys the information here. You can do with it whatever you want to. This is what we're going to be looking at over the next few weeks, but mainly we're going to be kind of looking at managing that position that I've been outlining on MSOS and a couple of the other ones that I've given out as well. The first one here is Curaleaf. Curaleaf Holdings here, really, really solid setup. So very positive reaction to this earnings report. You are now seeing a very, very strong post-earnings consolidation setup. If you are able to break above $3.08, you could easily make a very quick move up to $3.58 would be your first target there. Second target would be all the way up at $4.46. And again, if this one wants to follow through with a lot of momentum here, you easily could get back up to those 52-week highs, right around $6 here, or even $6.41. So this is an absolutely epic setup here. Definitely one that you need to have on your radar in the cannabis space. So again, you can throw that alert at $3.08. If you do end up seeing that alert broken, your entry will go as close to 308 as you possibly can. Your stop will go down below that breakout day's low, and you'll kind of let the trade play out here. If you don't want to take profits at $3.58, that would be a really, really good spot to move your stops to break even and then target some of those further levels above us. Now, again, remember, these are all trades to me at the end of the day, and that's how we are going to treat them. Some of you guys might not like that, but quite honestly, I don't care. We have the best system in the market to help people finally find the success that they deserve. The results are out there. I've helped thousands of traders find success in the market. There are certain things that you have to do in the market if you want to have success, and certain actions that you absolutely cannot take. And one of them is over leveraging on, again, those individual names and trying to hit those lottery ticket like trades. Think about it like this. If you could come in and again hit these multi-hundred and multi-thousand% gains that I'm handing out consistently, why would you ever want to over leverage on one of these very, very risky names and put your hard-earned money at significant amounts of risk? Logically, to me, that doesn't make any sense. So let's go into this next one over here, and the ticker is GTBIF. Again, another very, very strong setup here after a nice push up after earnings. You have a very nice period of consolidation and a very, very clear breakout level here at $8.98. Again, if that level is broken, your first target on this one is going to be about $10.48. Second target is going to be around $11.52. And very similarly, or the exact same as that other setup there, if you are able to break above, actually it's not really $8.98, it really is right at that $9 area here. Your entry is going to go as close to that $9 area as you possibly can. Your stop goes down below that day low, and you're able to ride this one up for as long as the trade is going to remain valid and continue playing out. Hopefully getting up to that 1150 area there on some of that potential rescheduling news that could easily come out in the near future. Now, one of the other components of MSOS here is also setting up pretty well here. We don't necessarily have a very, very clean period of consolidation here, or clean level that we would look for a breakout. But if you can see a couple more days of consolidation on TCNNF here, Trulieve, again, I think this one could be another really, really strong mover here, especially going up and closing this earnings gap that we saw back in November here, and potentially getting all the way up to these highs that we were seeing kind of in the first, second, and third quarters of last year here, right around this 1382 to 1450 range. So guys, that's mainly going to wrap up this video here. You guys have three very, very strong names to look for going forward. Even MSOS there, with a potential breakout setup forming again, if you're able to get above that $5.37 area, you could easily see a very, very significant move to the upside here, like we were talking about earlier in this video. But at the end of the day, remember, you always want to make sure you're keeping your risk in check. There is never a sure thing in the market here, and you always have to be operating from a place of logical reasoning. You cannot let all of this hype get to you on social media. And again, this could just be a situation where there's a buy the rumor, sell the news event, and it takes a while for these names to start moving back to the upside. But for those of you guys that have been following along, again, my favorite phrase here, pay attention or pay a premium. All of you guys that were getting MSOS at $3.24, you have a massive buffer on your position right now. Everything should be risk-free. You should have stops at break-even, stops in profit. Your options trade should be wildly free. You should have gotten your initial investment back plus a bunch of profits there. We are all sitting in a very, very good spot here in the cannabis sector. Now, the only thing that we really need to think about is how far these names actually want to go. So, guys, that's going to wrap up this one. If you guys did enjoy the information and analysis I provided for you guys in this video here, make sure you go down and hit that like button. Costs you nothing to do it, but it helps me out a whole lot in spreading this information out to as many people who actually want to learn. And again, make sure you're subscribed and turn on notifications so you're notified every time one of these videos does end up getting posted live. But until next time, guys, I will see you. Peace.